All right, today we got our first look at the Diamond Dynasty stuff in MLB The Show 25. And I gotta be honest, the first look that we got honestly has me pretty excited for this year, so we're not gonna dilly-dally, we're gonna just get right into it. If there are any of you out there and do not know at this point, this year there is going to be a year-long progression and we are not going to be having sets and seasons in this game. Whatever card that you unlock at any point in the game, you'll be able to use throughout the entire year. This is the tried and true formula that a lot of people really enjoy when it comes to MLB The Show, and I'm glad that we're back to it. After that, the first new mode that they talked about was the single player new mode being Diamond Quest. In this new single player mode, you're going to have a board that you're going to be going around where you're going to be doing some bosses, some moments, and even some 3-inning games. As you do them, you're going to be earning some rewards, like where I'm assuming we've earned from other things like packs, stubs, maybe even some player cards, and then of course at the end, you'll probably also have the potential of earning some really good players as well. One thing that we do see from this is if you do this one, whether there's multiple or there's only one or who knows, is that depending on the difficulty that you do, you'll be able to earn either a 79 Juan Soto or an 81 Aaron Judge. If you do the easier difficulty, you're not going to have the best odds of being able to get them, I'm guessing at the end, but the harder difficulty that you do, the more likely you are. As you play along, though, you can also earn some peanuts, and you can use those peanuts to get perks that you can add to your run in the shop that Coach runs. And of course, each run that you do in this mode will be different, and the board will refresh every single time that you do it. I don't think this is necessarily going to be a mode that is going to quote-unquote replace Conquest, mini seasons, or anything like that. I think it's just an additional mode because I do believe that we can still see those modes being able to be played, so no need to worry if any of those modes are your current favorites. Next up, we learned about the new multiplayer mode being the Weekend Classic. This mode will take place specifically for the final 4 days or so of each ranked season. Depending on where you are in the ranked season, that will determine where you are going to actually be in for the Weekend Classic. It will also determine the rewards that you'll get for each Weekend Classic as well. The example that we see here is that if you're in the Bronze, you can earn a few packs and some stubs for winning your first 6 games, and then 1 pack for each win after game 6. As you can see here, it's basically showing off that the first 6 games are more or less going to be the most important. However, other ways that you can earn rewards is if you're in the top 10. Because if you're in the top 10, you're going to also earn some really good rewards, like obviously packs, and in this example, 10 packs for coming in first, a couple of packs coming for 2nd to 5th, and only a single pack coming in 6th to 10th. However, the other example that we get here is the Immortal Division, where the rewards become much bigger, especially with the first 6 games becoming much more important. You get a lot more stubs and many more packs, with probably some players being in some of these things that they just don't want to show yet until we get to the point where we actually are going to be playing this. This is something that hopefully will want to incentivize people to do much better and to want to get into the higher divisions in ranked seasons to be able to get better rewards. And it's something that I'm really excited for, so hopefully it is done really well. Next up, we learn more about Team Affinity. For those who maybe are new to this, Team Affinity is something where you play with your teams to earn players, banners, icons, packs, XP, and stubs. In some of the more recent years, you would have to use the specific divisions to be able to progress Team Affinity. Like you would have to use the AL East or NL East or AL Central and so on and so forth. But this year we're going to be going back to how it used to be before that and have to go for the teams themselves individually. If you want the Angels Team Affinity, well, you're going to have to use the Angels players in Diamond Dynasty. Now, also, drops for Team Affinity will go on all year long, so expect to see things get progressively better as we go through 2025. Now, this one, I'm interested to see how it all will work out, and that is the new multiplayer programs. In this year, the programs that we would normally get individually for ranked, Battle Royale, and events will now all be combined into one bigger program. The blog for this week says that it will allow you to play your way in any of the modes to earn progress. So for those of you who really like to play any specific mode, this would allow you to progress as much as you want from this. But my question is that fully true, or will we actually have to play each of the modes in some capacity to be able to actually get everything from this program? And if it is the case that all of them are being combined together, then does that mean that events are going to run as long as Ranked and Battle Royale, or will there still be shorter events? And the final major thing that they talked about today are just the programs in general themselves. There will be the player and themed programs coming back into this year, but now there's also going to be legacy and spotlight programs as well. These spotlight programs are going to encapsulate the best of the player performances with both weekly and monthly drops to them, and it looks like we may be able to get some pretty nice rewards from them as well. Now, on the other hand, the legacy rewards are going to be keeping track of your different stats that you're going to be putting into the game, like your hits, your doubles, your strikeouts, your innings pitched, and all of them. It looks like here, for doing each of them, you're going to be getting some icons, and then by the end of them, you're going to get what I would presume to be a pretty nice card. Whether or not it's going to be a 99, or maybe something even a little lower, maybe like a 95 or a 97, that's to be seen, but actually being rewarded for doing each of the different stats in the game, I think is a really good step up. And is something that I am excited to actually kind of grind for, especially if the rewards for them are pretty nice. Now, of course, when it comes to a program like this, when it comes to Team Affinity, I'm going to assume that you could probably do it offline. I don't know. Maybe there's a cap on it. You have to do specifically for online, specifically for offline. Who knows? We'll see when the time comes. But the last thing that was mentioned in today's video that they put out is that you're going to be getting on-screen milestone accomplishments to show off that you're actually doing well with your specific cards. Something that isn't a major thing, something that isn't like, oh god, I really needed this, but it's something that is going to be nice, especially if you're doing really well with a card. You can say, oh hey, I hit 50 home runs with this card already, and it's, you know, it's already like May. Something like that. Obviously, for some people, they'll get it before the end of March, but for the most part, just something to keep an eye on and just something to actually be able to see these things and make it a little bit more interesting and immersive for your own cards. Now, one last thing that I want to end off on that I don't know if they're going to talk about a little bit when it comes to Thursday's stream or if they're going to wait until the live content stream, that is the fact that the inning programs are back as well. We were able to see that the inning programs are back in the Road to the Show stream that they did. So I'm very excited for that. I hope that the inning programs are just as good as I remember them being. And I'm sure we're going to learn all about it before the game does come out in early access next Friday. But yeah, that is everything so far that we've learned when it comes to MLB The Show 25's Diamond Dynasty. We're going to learn more on Thursday. We're going to get the live content for everything also next Thursday. And then tomorrow we're going to see all of the players' finalized ratings. I think they usually show off the ratings for the offline. So everything that you see when it comes to like the ratings themselves will, I'm pretty sure, be for offline. And then we'll see the true online rating stuff for them probably next week. But yeah, everything seems to be going well. Everything seems to be looking really nice for especially Diamond Dynasty. Hopefully it's not something that will be playing like a week in and go, oh god, this is bad. Hopefully everything will be very, very well for this. I'm excited. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys Thursday for the video about the feature premiere for Diamond Dynasty as well. Bye.